All right, here we go. Hell Pit Abomination. Yeah, avalanche of flesh. What I wanted.
Here's my initiative check.
Avalanche. Avalanche.
Yeah, twice
oh,
now.
made another one.
That's the same roll I made last time.
What are you rolling now?
I do take a wound. Oh, my armor.
Okay, I didn't roll the wound, though. I have to roll a 2 up. See?
Great.
Wow. All right, 2d6. 2d6 hits.
This is the worst
2d6 hits. Now, can I just point out that's an average of 7 hits?
Yeah.
So that's the equivalent of 14 Chaos Knights charging, or 14 attacks, basically.
That's gross, man.
It's a lot. That is a lot of strength 6 hits. Here we go. Especially with the possibility of rolling like a 10 or a 12 or something ridiculous. Right. Think of a wonderful thought. No!
Yes, I thought of a wonderful thought.
I knew I shouldn't have thought about my wedding day.
Oh. I hope Tammy doesn't see that. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3 wounds. Armor saves? Oh, I don't make any.
Oh, and here comes all. Okay, so at least I peeled off a guy, right?
Yes.
And so are they 2 wounds each?
3.
3 wounds each.
Yep.
Oh, those guys are monsters.
Oh.
Weren't they like 150 points each or something like
60.
that?
Well, actually,
They're 60?
I got them built up to be 70 apiece.
Okay, well that's
Heavy
fantastic
armor
for what they are.
Hand weapon.
Oh yeah, I would. If you're going to invest in these guys, and the models are just, I mean, they could have gone so wrong with Ogres riding something, but it's proportionate. I like that they did the saddles kind of higher up, so they're not like actually trying to split their legs over this thing.
Right.
And the saddles are exquisite. They have like all these, trophies and stuff on them.
Yeah, all the little
They're
bits.
really super.
Just the little bits you can get out of that kit are great.
Oh
man.
yeah,
That's a great
they're
kit.
Well, and the thing is, you can take that kit and you can spread it out among your other plastic ogres to give them some character.
Make them look
And the studio army has this great champion coming up on this slate work base, which is a nice feature. Okay, I'm ready.
Here are the attacks from the guys.
What's next?
They need 4s to hit you and 5s to wound you.
Okay, that's an uphill battle, and that sounds good. Whoa, no, hold on, no, don't pick them up. Yep, that's right. By the way, can I just do the math on that? Can you leave those dice out there?
Yeah.
Here's the odds, because it was a 50-50, right?
50-50.
So 1 in 2, 1 in 4, 1 in 8, 1 in 16, 1 in 32, 1 in 64, 1 in 126 chance of rolling that badly.
I'm going to roll different dice.
So you could actually sit down and roll these 7 dice 126 times, and on average, you won't be able to roll all misses like that. You can just sit there. You can sit there during a whole lunch break, just rolling those dice, and you won't get a roll that bad. Am I rubbing it in?
It hurts.
Really, it's just. I only meant it as an interest story.
No.
An interest story. Do you know how bad you have to suck that bad? You have to suck really bad.
Here's the mounts.
I'm ready.
They hit twice. Wow, look at that. They hit twice.
Oh, that is bad too.
1 wound and a cocked.
Re-rolling it. Does he pick it up?
Yeah, it's tough.
1 wound?
5. Yeah.
Okay. Which I'm going to regenerate. Here it goes. Yep, there it is.
So I lose by 3.
So you got to roll with confidence, people. Roll with confidence.
Nope,
oh, that probably doesn't make it.
Nope.
Okay, so I really got it this time.
Yep.
All right, finally.
Oh, that's cocked.
All right. Oh, no.
Wow,
A 1, a 2, and a 4. A 7. Here's the pursuit roll. Okay, there it is. Okay, let me tell you what's bad about this. Can anybody put 2 and 2 together? Look where the hell pit's headed. He's going to be the closest thing to the Doomwheel. Right?
I hope you kill him so bad.
Just giant, grisly, pustulant death. Oh, and the smell. The smell of that lightning going through all that rotting meat. Oh, yeah. Absolutely disgusting. You know,
the ogres are
I want to make a miniatures battles game where everything's beautiful and good. Where it's all just, it's just so happy, and it makes you have a good feeling inside. Seriously, They already made that. It's called Pokemon, Joseph says. Yeah, but I wonder, what is it about humans that we gravitate to horrible things? You'd think we would gravitate, like movies would be about everything going right, that you'd come out. Have you ever seen a movie like that?
Well,
Where nothing goes wrong,
okay.
just like you just get this long fantasy of like everything's great.
Right, well nobody, I think that it's,
You know?
it's a nature of being human to want conflict.
Is it?
Yes. Conflict is in our nature.
Because
We're survival of the
when I'm
fittest.
lounging around watching Netflix, I
What do you
feel
watch
like
on
I
Netflix?
want okay, anime,
Yeah.
yes,
and what happens
violent
in
stuff.
anime.
Yeah, all right. That's interesting. Well, and that ties maybe into miniatures battles a little
Yes,
bit,
it does.
right? That this is a way for, like, instead of raiding the neighboring village, this is what we're doing.
We're raiding the neighborhood.
We're getting that out.
Yes.
Getting that aggression out. I don't know. Well, most of my life turns out has been mentalism and meatballs. So, yeah,
Well, at least, yeah,
my life has been a lie. It's all been a manipulation. All right, let's move on. By the way, I probably implode any possible political career at least like 5 times a day. So, all right, let's go. See, I just did it again. They'd play that ad over and over again on the opposition radio station. Don't vote for Sean. Let's roll.
I think you guys get to swing first.
Oh yeah, yay! All right, here it goes. But you know what?
You might have. I think you should see if they have,
I have
2 attacks piece.
Yeah. All right, 2, 4. That's only 6 attacks. Here it comes. Jezzail, fighting back, looking for 4s, looking for 5s. Here they come.
They only
2.
have 6 attacks. So you have 4, right?
Oh, sorry. So 2 more attacks. 1 more hit. 3 hits. Looking for 5s. Nothing. Womp, womp. Womp.
Here's my attacks. I've got 9, so 3 base, and 4s to hit you unless you're weapon skill 2 for some reason.
What?
Are you weapon skill 2 or are you weapon skill 3?
I'm weapon skill 3.
Alright, so 4s to hit you.
Oh, wow!
And
Why
3s
do
to
you
wound
roll
you.
so bad, Thomas?
I have no idea.
Next time we play, roll good, okay?
Alright, 1.
1 hit. All right,
1
4
wound.
up, -1. Nothing. So I take a wound. Okay.
And
Looks like I'm down by 2. All right, I got my BSB here, right? And it's better than a BFF when you're in combat. Here it comes. Looking for 7. -2
So 5.
is 5. 2 chances. Yes. Are you
Got
kidding
it.
me?
That's great.
Thank you. Dun, da, da, da.
So these
All right,
one
that's
got
it.
Off, right?
Yes, I did lose a guy. Thank you.
Cool. Well, I could roll better.
And by the way, if you make a Skaven army, first off, you don't need Jezzails. I included them because I think they're cool. They are, however, close to $50. $50 for a box of 3.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's like, I can't even wrap my head around that.
Pay us to convert something.
Yeah, that is a way I would recommend making a conversion, basically, because that's ridiculous. Because you think about it, it's just 2 infantry, right? So you're paying like $8 per infantry figure. That makes me sad inside. Most of the other kits, I'd say at least 80% are fantastic. They're great deals. You get great quality. But yeah, Jezzails, definitely convert them, or just don't take them. People like Rat Ogres. Rat Ogres are cheap. You can convert lots of great things out of the Isle of Blood kit. Mix in a regular Rat Ogres kit, and they make for some good variation in there. All right, let's roll. All right, so let's think this through. This unit is really too far to reliably charge here, right?
Okay. All right.
All right, so let's look at the charges and the possible outcomes of charges. If this unit charges that unit, they're probably just going to get killed. These are just clan rats. So, you know, they've got 4 standing there, plus 1 for the charge. 14 inches, I got to roll a 9. That's kind of ridiculous. Here it's a much shorter charge distance, looks like 12, so I need to roll a 6 to get that one. No.
7.
5. I need to roll a 7. So still iffy, right?
7's average on 2 dice, though.
But if I don't, I trundle forward and he's almost certainly got the charge. But quite frankly, not a lot of impact hits him. But let's say, because my plan is charging only here. So let's say I fail the charge. So you got to at least think a move ahead, right? So if I end up like that, because that's going to be about how far I go on a failed charge, then I can be double charged. But quite frankly, I'm not going to get more hurt on there, or at least not much more. Right? And then I can come in with these guys. The thing the ogres are going to dread is the old flank charge with ranked units, right? Because like here, you'd only have 2 guys. You don't have like 1 extra guy attacking for ranked things. But these guys are off in the wind and flapping. Why didn't I move them up much more aggressively, right? So I wasn't thinking very far. I was only looking at this combat and not how they could have possibly helped over here. Right? So, but charging in with these guys, that's just dumb. So that's out of the question, right? Angle here probably does not allow me to see them, especially since the actual combat is happening like this.
Right.
So there's that. So these guys really, there's nothing for them to do. I could charge in both this and these guys. I'm not sure why I would do that, though. Of course, I know this guy's waiting to try out his 8 attacks, right?
There's
So
lots and lots
conceivably,
of attacks.
he could peel off enough ranks to make a difference. But probably not in the first turn. Probably going to be at the maximum benefit for my ranks on turn 1. So, quite frankly, I really think this is my only charge, except for, of course, the random movement for these 2 guys, right, like that.
Okay.
Here comes this. I need a 7. I'm not going to think of happy thoughts. I'm going to think of horrible, horrible Skaven-y thoughts. Oh, and still fail. So, fortunately for me, but failed charge with just a 2, that was slightly better. That only puts me 2 inches forward. And if we did our math, that means he'll need a 4 to make the charge, which does leave the specter of the old failed charge out there. So these guys trundle forward. Bit of a failed charge there. That's really sad. So let's do the Hell Pit. Hell Pit is not messing around. He is just turning this way, and he's going right for these guys. Let's do it. He's probably going to die, by the way. Or, let's think this through, get farther away from that and hit this unit. Wouldn't that be fun? Right?
Can you do that instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I will. So I'm going to point him this way.
Jeez, 16.
4 wounds following him around. Fantastic. All right, let's do the Doom Wheel. Do the Doom Wheel. Doom Wheel. All right, I'm not going to go directly here, and let me tell you why. Because that would require a roll of 17, which is highly unlikely to happen. What I really want to have happen is not this guy closest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the Doom Wheel like this, and I'm going to head out this direction. So here it goes, hoping for a nice, solid number. And I think I'm going to get it. I'm going to get a 9 plus 4 is 14 inches. So that is highly likely to be closer. Yeah, it's definitely closer to the Iron Blaster, right?
Gross.
It's all turning up for the Skaven. By the way, I have to say I've really enjoyed playing this army, and I'm eager to get this on the board.
I'm actually pretty excited about putting these ogres. I like them.
Okay, this sounds like a rematch.
Yeah, I got to take and
Learn
to do it the right way, because I think I've made some mistakes.
Yeah.
And generally, I mean, the biggest thing is not knowing what your opponent has. You know, even if I don't know my own strengths entirely, it's even worse when you don't know what your opponent can do to you.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm going to do? Add more Skaven slaves, clan rats. Because think of how this battle would have been so much better for me if I just had, 40
more
or
units.
80 more guys, and I could have just dropped like a hero and paid for that.
More characters for me, I think.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of heroes in this army. All right, so movement phase. Gonna march these guys. That's 10 inches. So I'm anticipating this being here, right?
Okay.
So I got to just make sure my charge arcs are right. And you know, he could charge and then flee, right?
Right.
So you got to think, what could happen next turn? He could, okay, let's walk through it. He could charge and fail his charge. This is where he'll end up, right?
Right.
And that's disastrous for the ogres. And he could successfully charge, and I would hold, in which case I want to plow right into the side there.
Right.
Or of course I'll be doing that with this unit as well, possibly. All right, so, or he could charge, I could win the combat, and then he would flee, in which case average of 2d6 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think you'd flee 2d6. And...
Yeah, so that puts them right about kind of where they are right now, right?
Right.
And so this is so you just have to watch that arc so that it's kind of covering the different possibilities of where you want to go. Or he could overrun me, in which case he'll be over here, and that's probably too far for them to charge.
That's the perfect solution right there. Perfect situation is to overrun all
what
that
I need
goodness.
to do, yeah, I don't
It's not
think
going to happen.
So
but-
these guys are actually going to wheel, right? Move. They're marching. Wheel again. So I end up a little something like that. Actually, I could just keep wheeling. And then that way, if the ogres overrun, there is a chance that they'll still be in that front arc. I don't know if that's 10 inches. It feels like it.
It seems like
I don't want to wheel too far because then I'm blocking this. Or
Well,
can he
true
just
line of
see
sight,
true
can
line
you
of
see?
sight? So I think I will do that, and I don't think that was more than 10 inches. They started like here.
Yeah.
So that's like 2, you know, 2 more, 6.
Yeah,
It could
I think you
happen.
can turn or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
It's all right.
It seems like it's fine.
All right, and then these guys,
Somebody on the internet will tell us we're wrong.
right. Just be like, you jags, can't you do anything right? All right. All right, so we have the guy right there.
Magic phase?
No, the plague wind mortar.
So-
That's what it is. And actually, if anything, you want these guys to just
Not
get
be-
as far away from your units as possible. Like this guy, he is not. These guys are like, excuse me, are you still here? They're like, man, why is he making that face? So, there you go. Yes, and by the way, that wasn't a person who is mentally handicapped, because I hear you can't say retarded anymore, which is too bad because I find that word to be, I don't know, it tickles me a little bit. No, but someone who has like toxic poisoning, because that is funny. Back.
Screaming bell?
Yes, you roll the dice, then you roll the screen. For some reason, that's what it says.
Okay.
Okay, so 6 and a 2.
Ooh, yeah.
No channel.
Channel for me. Ooh, I got one. I got one channel. So I've got 7
So
dice.
7 dispel versus 8 casting plus a warpstone token. Looking to be possibly a very unproductive phase. I am going to ring the bell. Ding dong.
Roll some triples.
Who is it? Skaven. All right, here we go. You've been a great crowd. See you later. All right, here it is. 3d6. Looking for an 18 apocalyptic doom. No. Instead, dice say 7.
But you got doubles.
I did get doubles. So let's see what the 7 is. Embolden. All friendly Skavens within 24 inches can reroll failed leadership tests, including break tests.
Woo. So it just
Yeah.
increased
So
your
I've got the
BSB
winds
range.
thing going, and
Well, the winds thing,
yeah,
does
well,
the
you
winds
can't
thing
reroll
stop
the
now?
reroll. So this only helps that one unit,
Right.
basically. But it will help him.
We'll help you
the
help
Hell
it.
Pit Abomination will be greatly enhanced. Okay, doubles, backlash. Pushing unit takes D6, strength 4 hits. Let's roll. 6. Toughness of the storm vermin. We're about to find out. They are core units now, which is fantastic. Toughness 3. So 6 hits. Looking for 3s. That is 4, perfectly average. And we're going to roll their armor save, which I believe is heavy armor plus shield.
So 5 will save them.
So 5, so I take 3 wounding hits. That actually was pretty bad. But something tells me it might save me with the Hell Pit of Elimination. We shall see. Alright, on to Magic Phase. Magic Phase is going to be pretty straightforward. Probably just going to do the same thing as last time. Actually, the Howling Warp Gale really doesn't help me that much. In fact, would you mind if I look something up?
Yeah.